Hello, my gorgeous Geminis. This is Dems, and this is your reading for February 2024. Gem, it's great to be with you. Thank you guys for being here. Now, I had a couple of visions, and I was totally confused, but it may come out in the reading what this is all about. I have an inkling. The first vision was of a guy making a salad for his girlfriend in the kitchen, and he was making a really big fuss about the fact that he made this gorgeous salad. And after lunch, she said, look, you've made this beautiful lunch. I'm going to go into the kitchen and just wash all the plates up. And he looked a bit nervous and said, okay, well, don't take too long. Just put the plates on the side or just chuck them in the dishwasher. You don't need to be in the kitchen for that long. And she said, oh, it's only going to take me 10 minutes. He sat down in the lounge. She then, 15 minutes later, went into the lounge and said, what is this? And she held up a packet that obviously had contained salad. And she said to him, you told me you made this yourself, but you bought it in a store. And not only that, the expiry date was 2 days ago. She said, how could you do that? And he looked really uncomfortable and said, oh, I'm really sorry. I just didn't have time. Okay. Second vision, another food symbolism, interesting. I saw a woman who was scooting around a kitchen. She was having people for lunch. And she was saying to herself, damn, I don't have a clean bowl to put this beautiful lasagna in. And she thought, I know. I'll just grab the bowl out of the fridge. It's got some leftover food. I can sort of just chuck it in the bin, give it a little bit of a wipe, and then just put the lasagna in that. She felt really proud of herself. She was all ready. After the meal, one of the women that she was having supper with said to her, I usually love your lasagna, but this tasted a little bit odd. And she pointed to a plate at 2 or 3 peas. And she said, you don't usually put peas in your lasagna. And this woman sort of brushed it under the carpet and said, I don't know where those came from, but and she sort of laughed it off. She went into the kitchen and she thought, oh my God, I didn't actually wipe out the bowl properly. There were 2 or 3 peas in the bottom of the bowl that I put the lasagna on. I don't know how I'm going to get away with this, but hopefully she'll forget all about it. Okay. Third vision, I saw a guy proposing to a woman. And she got all excited. She said yes. And then a few hours later, she rang him and she said, why is the ring inscribed with somebody else's name on the inside of the band? And there was silence. And he said, oh, well, I took it to an engraver's to get it engraved with your name. They probably got it wrong. She didn't say anything. So Gemini, oh my goodness. I have no idea what this is, guys. Let's just jump in and find out. Oh, I'm now hearing the word foreclosure. When somebody hasn't paid mortgage payments on a property, it's repossessed by the bank. There's something here, Gemini, about you potentially being offered something that you think is wonderful, how exciting. You may feel it's of great value, but you're going to be very disappointed. I'm so sorry, guys. That's what I'm getting. If somebody proposes, you may think, oh, wow, I've got to get this ring insured because it's beautiful. It's a big diamond ring. And then find out it's fake. It's a cubic zirconia, which is fine. It's a thought that counts. But you know what? Your person may have made out that it was a massive diamond and it cost them a fortune. And, it could be that if you guys are going through a divorce, it could be that somebody hasn't made mortgage payments on a property for the last 5 years. The property is about to be repossessed, but they are giving the property to their partner as part of the settlement. Oh, darling, you can have the house, but actually somebody may realize, well, you haven't paid the mortgage on that for the last 6 years. So it's about to be repossessed. So actually, it's of no value. It's that sort of thing. Something's tainted. Something's not going to feel right, Gemini. Wow, guys, I'm so sorry. 6 minutes in, but I have to get out what comes through because Somebody out there may say, oh my goodness, that's my story. That's something I need to know about. So Archangel Michael, what have we got for my lovely Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. February 2024. Now, Gem, you may be thinking, well, Debs, this is going to be a negative reading, but this is a future reading. So if you know this is your story, whatever comes out, you may use this information to say to somebody, I'm sorry, I don't want what you're offering me, because it's obviously tainted. There's something not right with it. So, see it like that. And in which case, you don't have to go through what might be a very painful argument or separation from someone, because you would have known in advance. Okay? Yeah. Oh, this is so weird. I'm now seeing a little child offering his grandma a sweet, and his grandma's sort of chewing it, and he's running into what looks like a playroom, and he's saying to his little sister, she took it. And his little sister's saying to him, yeah, but we gave it to the dog and the dog spat it out. And he said, yeah, but she doesn't know that. And they were giggling. What is going on here, guys? Something is tainted. Something is not of the value that the person that's receiving it thinks it is. I don't know where this is all coming from. My guys have a sense of humour, that is for sure. Yeah. Angela and Rose are both with me, my guys. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, yes. Gemini, 10 of Swords. Oh, my word. I'm so sorry, guys. 10 of Swords. Now, what I feel, Gemini, is that somehow this might have already have happened. So I'm dropping fluff all over this cloth. Really, Gemini, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, I'm so sorry. You might have felt betrayed, deceived. In the past, the 3 of Wands, Gemini, you might have been waiting for your ships to come in with someone. You may have had high hopes of being with someone. Or you may have sunk money into something at a distance, investment, something like that in another country. And you thought, wow, this is going to be my pension. And then you might have realized you were scammed. Gosh. 8 of Swords. Gemini, you got a strange feeling about this. In the immediate past, you were a little bit concerned, but you didn't dig deeper. You told yourself it's going to be fine. It's probably me. I'm just worrying unnecessarily. I don't need to get stressed about this. But you were in your head, Your intuition told you, Gemini, in the immediate past that something wasn't quite right. But I feel that you glossed it over, or you brushed it under the carpet, or you told yourself, don't be ridiculous. My person wouldn't betray me, or I'm sure that company's legitimate. Yeah. What you're thinking about now is the Emperor. Gemini, if you're sat in the energy of the Emperor as a masculine, you're taking charge of a situation where your partner somehow betrayed you at a distance. Now, it might be that you found your partner was corresponding with somebody at a distance. For some of you, Gemini, straight up, it could be that you were in a long-distance relationship with someone only to realize they were married with the Emperor. This is you finding that out. For others of you, there may even have been a betrayal by a member of your family who could potentially be a father. Maybe you were expecting, Gemini, your rightful inheritance, only to find out that your father actually in his will gave all the money to someone else. And this is you thinking, oh my goodness, I was banking on that inheritance because I have debts to clear. How am I going to clear that now? Could be something like that. I say inheritance because could be somebody who's passed, 10 of Swords. Heart attack, maybe. I don't know, guys. I hope not. In the immediate future, the star. Now, I feel the energy lifting, Gemini. This is you in the immediate future healing from whatever you found out and sort of wrapping cotton wool around yourself is what I'm getting. We've got someone here who's sort of holding themselves up in a really tiny house, but they feel safe. They feel cosseted. It's my little pad, right? No one can get at me. I'm nice and safe. There's something here, Gemini, about you hanging on to something that you have that's valuable, that you know is going to provide you comfort in the immediate future. You could be communicating with an Aquarian. You could have Aquarius in your chart. In your fears, the Empress. Wow. Okay, so we do have a husband and wife dynamic here. Gemini, I feel as if I might be connecting with someone who has understood that their partner has been deceptive. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Gemini, whoever you are in the mix, your partner, you've realized, was deceptive. But I don't actually think this has anything to do with a third-party situation. I think this is someone who potentially plowed money at someone's suggestion into a venture or into an investment or into a property, and then found out that the money had sort of gone into a bottomless pit, or the money had actually been siphoned off, transferred out to something else. And I feel that someone here has been found out. I'm sorry, guys, I'm saying someone here because, Gem, it could be you, could be your partner. So in the environment, let's see who you're dealing with, Gemini. Okay. Somebody who was trying to shift their life in a different direction. Whoever is in the environment has been putting time and effort into something else that's blossoming. Whereas you seem to be in the immediate future healing from a betrayal. So Gem, after this period of time in your hopes, Strength card, hoping to have the strength to get through this. You may be hoping to have a straightforward conversation with a Leo. You may be hoping to have the confidence to hold back from, I'm actually hearing, seeking revenge. This is you holding back from seeking some kind of justice. It's as if it's a slippery slope. I'd be sitting in my shadow. You know, the divine will handle it. What you're saying to yourself is, this person's going to get their comeuppance, so I'm not going to do anything to retaliate. In the outcome, 2 of Wands. Gemini, whatever this is, and we'll probably find out, guys, I hope. You're standing at crossroads. You're looking at the full moon. You're wanting to manifest change. You're holding that globe in your hands. Gemini, I feel this is a major crossroads for you. Whatever decision you make by, say, the end of February, I believe you're going to find yourself in a very different position. Now, Gemini, if you've been married, you could find yourself single or separated. If you've been heading up a company, what you're realizing is that it was a scam, you've lost some money, and you are back now needing to start all over again. I hope to God that isn't the case. By the end of February, Gemini, there could be some information coming through relating to an inheritance, and you may believe that you were left out of someone's will, and this could have upset you. You may have already have had plans to use the inheritance for something very important. I'm just getting the feeling of going back to square one again. This could have been you with very high hopes, maybe a few months ago, and then we've got the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, and you sort of back standing at crossroads. Well, what do I do now? Where do I go now? Clarification for you, Gemini. 3 of Cups. The Emperor. It could well be that if you were married to this emperor, you might have found out that he had a couple of affairs. He may have stepped out on you with 3 different women over the course of your marriage. If, Gemini, you're a masculine, it could be that you realize that your partner, your empress, might have been in cahoots with 2 or 3 friends relating to a venture that potentially swallowed quite a lot of your money. And you may be finding out about this. So you could have been a husband who had a wife sat at home and she said, darling, I want to start a new venture. You said to yourself, okay, well, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to give her some money to help her start. She may have made out as if, oh, yes, we're earning a little bit of money, got a few expenses, but it's not too bad. And this is you looking at the profit and loss account saying to her, you've been making a loss for the last 6 months. So actually you're in debt by 30 grand or something like that, And this is a wife who never told her husband. Not only that, the commercial unit's under repossession by the bank and a lot of problems. Let's have a look at who was sat in the Ace of Wands. The King of Pentacles, female King of Pentacles. So we've got a female King of Pentacles and the Emperor. But this female King of Pentacles is angry. And we seem to have an emperor and 3 women here. So Gemini, I think I'm dealing with a feminine who somehow got wrapped up with a masculine who either was married, and Gemini, this is you realizing you were the third party and this is you in shock, or I'm dealing with a feminine who realized that her husband had been cheating on her and possibly for quite a long time, maybe even with a couple of friends of hers. Okay, mutual friends. And this is this feminine empress finding out and ending the relationship. I've just found out you've been cheating on me with 2 or 3 of my friends. What were you thinking you were doing? Could be. We'll find out, Gem. Underneath the deck, we've got the Page of Wands. Yeah. Someone here did some spying, or somebody will be getting a closer look at what someone else is doing here. We've got the 5 of Cups. Someone here's feeling very left out in the cold. We've got the Knight of Wands. Oh, goodness, guys. Somebody here sat in the energy of the Knight of Wands, and we've got Justice. Gemini. Could be somebody wanting justice. Could be somebody going through a court case. Underneath that, we've got the Hermit, Virgo energy, doing some soul searching. 8 of Cups walking away, maybe from somebody who was strategic. Somebody who was playing their cards close to their chest, potentially juggling you with somebody else or other people. Yes, Lovers, Gemini energy. So, my beautiful Geminis. Whoever you are in the mix, we've got a husband and wife, and we've got a wife who has found out that potentially her husband has been cheating. Now, also given the visions, Gemini, be careful. You may be offered something by your husband that you consider, maybe in the nicest sense, in your naivety, to be very valuable, which is actually not. It's not worth anything. This is you later on having a conversation with your husband, and your husband saying, well, okay, I know this isn't great for you, but if you sign the divorce papers, I will give you the house. And without thinking about it, you sign the final divorce papers and then realize actually that the house is just about to be repossessed. But there's nothing you can do about it because the divorce papers have already been signed. So actually you end up with nothing. Don't worry, you can have grandma's very expensive diamond jewelry collection. And this is you realizing it's all just cut glass. It's not worth anything. They're not diamonds, they're fake. There's something going on here because I'm trying to pull in the visions with someone here feeling betrayed. All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's hopefully find out the information that you need, and then let's keep our fingers crossed that we can bring some positive energy in towards the end of the reading. So Archangel Michael, why is Gemini sat in the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords? Gemini, I am so sorry, guys. The Lovers, yeah. Gemini energy. This is about infidelity, someone stepping out. Seven of Wands. Gemini, you may already have gone through this betrayal. This is your current energy. You may be very defensive at this point of time because you found out a truth with the Ace of Swords. You were able to unlock a secret. You found something out, Gemini, that maybe your partner was trying to develop another relationship with someone else secretively. They were working on a new partnership. Yes. I may be dealing with a female Gemini, Queen of Swords. In another area, you realized that potentially your emperor, you could be married, emperor, empress, was trying to develop a third-party situation with somebody else. Maybe making out to the third party that he was single when he was married to you. So Gemini, this was a blow. With the Three of Wands, you may have been connected to an emperor who traveled a lot for work, or he may have taken extensive trips to see his parents, or that's what he told you. I don't think you were any the wiser, Gemini. You just said, okay, yeah, if that's what you want to do, fine. But with the High Priestess, you may have felt that he was hiding something. Pisces, Cancerian energy. You may have felt he was hiding something. Yeah, Five of Swords. So Gemini, I mean, an example of this could be you saying to your husband, oh, darling, I hope you're not doing anything next weekend because I've invited so-and-so for dinner, right? I'm throwing a dinner party. And your emperor saying, actually, I'm so sorry, I can't make it because I promised my mom that I go and see her and spend some time with her. And this is you saying, okay, that's fine. But then when your husband comes back, he may have been a little bit shifty. He may have brought you lots of presents back and you think, well, that's weird. Are they guilt presents? You may have asked him how his mother is, and he may have started, oh, yeah, you know, she was fine. Yeah, she was fine. Five of Swords is someone wanting to sort of get away, wanting to travel to see someone, wanting to just leave quietly. You knew something was up, but you couldn't put your finger on it. But you were in your head. Eight of Swords. It began to worry you. It began to worry you, Gemini. Yeah. But eventually, I feel with the Two of Swords, all you could do was just push the worries down, because I don't think you could face delving into what this might be. I don't think you believe there was infidelity in the past, but you were slightly worried. What's really going on here? I'm not sure. And then this is you saying to yourself, actually, you know what? I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know. But there was a little bit of worry in your mind what this could be. Yeah, the Moon. You knew that your person was hiding something, but you couldn't pinpoint it. So Gemini, Emperor and Empress. Okay, we have a married couple here. I think the Emperor is potentially your husband, Gemini, who you may be leaving. What are you thinking about? The Devil. So this is you coming to the realization that your emperor was sat in toxic energy. He gave into lust, desire. You could be married to an Aries or a Capricorn. Or maybe you found out about a Capricorn third party. What's on your mind, Gemini? Hangman, Pisces energy. You're now seeing things from a different perspective. You're now understanding what actually went on here, Gemini. And with the Eight of Wands, I think there was a massive argument. You may have found something on your Emperor's phone or on an email, and you may have dug a bit deeper. Yeah, you realized your Emperor, Gemini, was being strategic. He was keeping something back from you. In the immediate future, Gemini, we've got the Star and the Ace of Wands. Healing, sitting in a balanced energy. You may be moving out of a marital home into your own place to get some breathing space. With the Ace of Wands, your Emperor is actually forging forward with someone that I feel he wants to be with, a third party. So your Emperor is officially sat in the Ace of Wands. He's looking forward to a passionate new start. He knows that you're healing. He knows that you found out that he wasn't faithful. What is his energy? Yeah, Death card. He could be a Scorpio. This is someone who's facing the end of a marriage, but he is trying to look to the future. So Gemini, this is going to be tough. I don't think he's sitting there feeling really guilty. I believe what he's thinking about is, well, once this is done, I can move forward and be with somebody else. Queen of Pentacles. So Gemini, we have an Emperor and an Empress, and we have a Queen of Pentacles, who I feel this guy wants to be with. I think this Queen of Pentacles potentially gave your Emperor a hard time, and I believe your Emperor kept this woman hanging. But since you found out, Gemini, that your Emperor's been having a fling with this Queen of Pentacles and this relationship is ending, I believe that your Emperor is actually going to go ahead and commit King and Queen of Pentacles to this woman. Now, she could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. We've got Virgo that came out with a Hermit card, and we've got Capricorn with the Devil. So this Emperor is going to be moving forward with a Queen of Pentacles. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Knight of Pentacles. He's going to offer commitment to the Queen of Pentacles, because now you found out, Gemini, the jig is up and he may be facing divorce. He's thinking to himself, well, okay, now I've been found out, I may as well commit to the Queen of Pentacles. I think he's doing that, Gemini, rather than staying single, because this Queen of Pentacles may be earning quite a lot of money. Okay? I think these two have been having an argument, Knight of Swords. She's been unhappy because either he lied to her and said to her that he was single when he wasn't, and she found out, or she's been giving him a hard time because he's been dragging his feet in leaving you. But of course now, everything is going to be different because this Emperor's been found out to have been cheating. So he is going to be single because you're ending the relationship. What is his energy? Yeah. Nine of Swords. I mean, all eyes on him, right? He could have been worried about his reputation going downhill, people gossiping behind his back. Oh, you cheated on your wife. He's not very happy about that because everything's been exposed. He's been exposed. But he is going to end up committing to this Queen of Pentacles. So what he's thinking about is, all right, hand in the air, I cheated. If I'm going to be single because my wife is divorcing me, I may as well move forward with a woman that I've been dating who's obviously got a very good job. So he's going to be financially stable because she's financially stable. His lover, I think, is doing quite well. What else is he thinking about? Judgment. He's facing Judgment Day by the divine. Sagittarian energy. But with the Ace of Cups, he's trying to sort of lift himself up out of that heavy energy because he's thinking about a new start with his Queen of Pentacles. What are you thinking about, Gemini? Bless you. You're trying to heal. You're looking at the past. You're looking at all the time you invested in this relationship with your Emperor. Nine of Wands. You feel a bit battle worn. You feel a bit scarred. It's been painful, you know. It's as if, oh, I just want to get this over and done with so I can move on. Temperance. You are sitting in a temperate place. There's a lot of healing here, Gemini. And I also feel that you're patiently waiting for the results of a court case. It could be a settlement. It could be you're hoping a settlement money will come in. What are you thinking about? The Ten of Wands. You may feel burdened. You may feel as if you've got a lot in your mind. You've got a lot of responsibilities. You may have to sort out kids. What are you dealing with here? Okay, yeah, you're just coping with a Tower moment. Aries, Scorpio energy. I mean, that's just shock. What are you worried about? Okay, money. Five of Pentacles. What is the energy between you two? What is the energy between you two? The Chariot. Okay. So, Gemini, you could have been married to a Cancerian, or this third party could be a Cancerian, or this is you both simply realizing that you're moving on from this relationship. It's done. You may be relocating. I think that you're possibly trying to figure out who lives where, you know. I don't think you're staying in the same house. So, Gem, with the Two of Wands, you're now standing at crossroads thinking about your future. What's on your mind, my gems? You guys will be fine. Nine of Cups. Gemini, you may be going over and over and over in your mind that you can't believe that your husband was overindulgent. I mean, this is you thinking, wow, you know, whilst I was cleaning the house, looking after the kids, whatever you were doing, my husband was off cheating. I can't believe it. I mean, this is you just a bit shell-shocked. What else are you thinking about? Oh, Seven of Swords, yeah. That, you know, all of this was sort of going on behind your back. You can't quite believe it. Yeah, all of this was going on behind your back. This guy was, your guy was off enjoying himself with his Queen of Wands. What are you thinking about, Gemini? What are you thinking about? Four of Pentacles, that maybe at least you'll get to keep the house. Now, this takes me back to the vision at the beginning of the reading, Gemini. If this is your story, if you feel this resonates, make sure that your Emperor has not reneged on mortgage payments for the house. Okay? Because you don't want to say, oh, great, darling, you're giving me this super expensive house. Wow, you've obviously paid off the mortgage. And this is you looking at the details. Maybe after you've signed the divorce papers and thinking, oh my God, he fleeced me. He fleeced me. We still owe a huge amount of money on this house. He hasn't paid the mortgage payments for 6 months, you know? So, keep that in mind, Gem. Now, this is a future reading, so hopefully if that's your situation, this is a heads up in advance, right? The World. You're closing out a cycle, Gemini. You're closing out a cycle. Four of Wands. There may be a property in another area of the world that your husband will tell you that he's giving you as part of the settlement. Just make sure that your lawyer, you know, gets the house valued. Make sure there is nothing relating to the house being repossessed. Just check out the property, Gemini. I don't know why, but that's come through very, very strongly. Because I think this is you ending your marriage, hoping to hang on to a house. We've got 2 houses there. Okay? This is you hoping to hang on to the house. But make sure the house, Gemini, is actually worth something. All right? Ah, Lordy. And the house could be in another area because we've got the world. So you two could have owned at some point 2 properties. What else do we have for my lovely Geminis? Gem, you'll be fine, guys. The Hierophant. You're going to be leaning on your spirituality. Okay. This is you taking comfort in your immediate family, your kids, your community. This is also you having learned a lot of lessons, Gemini. Is there anything that Gemini needs to know about the house? I don't know why I really want to ask that. Okay. This is a contract. It can be a child. Gemini, if your husband tells you verbally that, well, you can probably have the house, and this is you thinking, wow, actually that's good because the house I know must be worth a lot of money, make sure he hasn't quietly put the house in the name of a child. So you may think if you move into this beautiful house, Gemini, that it's your house, only to find out it's put in the name of one of your children, which means that, yes, you can live in the house, but you don't actually own it. There's something here that he's done which is a bit sneaky. Pages can be children. What is going to happen in the future? King of Swords. Gemini, you may be seeking additional legal advice, which could save you a lot of heartbreak in the future. If you think your husband's been doing something fishy with the ownership of the property, then you may want to seek additional legal advice before you sign the final divorce papers. That's come out as a really strong message here. Something here is tainted. Okay. 6 of Wands. So I feel, Gemini, there'll be victory and success in a court case. So it may well be that you find out more information about the property and say to your lawyer, you know what, I think my husband's been doing something dodgy with the ownership of the property. We need to take that into account. What's going to happen after that time for my Geminis, Michael? Okay, Gemini, I think you are going to head forward, head on, and you may well end up dating a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn quite seriously. Is that the case? Wow. Yes, he could be divorced with a 6 of Pentacles. I think you're going to end up with a King of Pentacles. Anything else? And Gemini, he may be quite wealthy with the 10 of Pentacles. Gemini. So, karma would have been balanced if you found that your husband was cheating on you and potentially had tried to be sneaky, not only about third parties, but also about what he was offering you in terms of the settlement if you get divorced. Don't you worry. You're going to be getting victory and success in a court case. You're going to be meeting a King of Pentacles. It's going to be a beautiful equal give and take relationship, and you're going to find yourself sitting in the 10 of Pentacles. So in the nicest sense, 2 fingers to your emperor, right? Gem, I'm leaving the reading there. I hope it's helped some of you, but I do think you're going to be happy at the end of the day. The sun under the deck. All right, Gem, you'll be absolutely fine. Take care of you. As always, sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye now.